The nutrition and weight status topic found on Healthy People 2020 is the one that we selected for our project. The objectives help to support the health benefits of eating a healthful diet and maintaining a healthy body weight. These objectives also emphasize that education on risk factors and changes within an individual's diet and weight will reduce the risk of various diseases. Supportive settings within the workplace, schools, and healthcare organizations will benefit the community by recommending different approaches that we can take throughout the day to maintain a healthy lifestyle. Nutrition and weight status are both related to a person's overall health. Numerous diseases, such as type 2 diabetes, hypertension, heart disease or stroke, osteoarthritis, fatty liver disease, and cancer are effects of obesity. It is important for healthcare providers to educate their patients on the risk factors associated to these diseases. The first objective, educate clients on the risk factors associated with chronic disease and poor nutrition. Improper nutrition and sedentary lifestyles are the two main risk factors to obesity. The buildup of fat within the body can lead to tissue damage, plaque buildup, and ineffective cellular function. Obesity is a known health risk related to disease. Nearly 70% of Americans are either overweight or obese. This imbalance of weight within the body will lead to high blood pressure and atherosclerosis, leaving the body at high risk for heart attack or stroke. We can reduce these risks by making changes throughout our daily routine. A study was conducted in Kansas to see if primary care providers were looking at their patients' body mass index, otherwise known as BMI. To calculate the BMI, you must take the patient's weight in kilograms and divide it by their height in meters squared. Anybody with a BMI over 25 is considered either overweight or obese. Primary care providers should initiate weight loss prevention strategies during wellness visits if a patient's BMI is over 25. Common comorbidities associated with a high BMI include type 2 diabetes, hypertension, and hyperlipidemia. It is important for healthcare providers to recognize the increase early and initiate interventions as soon as possible to avoid further complications. Nurse practitioners use the training received throughout schooling in this study to educate patients and produce good outcomes. The DASH diet is used to help stop hypertension. It is a lifestyle plan to help lower blood pressure and cholesterol levels without the use of medication. This diet incorporates a high intake of whole grain foods, vegetables, fruits, and fat-free or low-fat dairy products. The patients should limit their intake of sodium, sugary beverages, and red meat. While on this diet, it is important to follow up with the primary physician and have their blood pressure checked regularly. If followed correctly, this diet will help to lower the patient's body mass index and improve overall health. What can we do to stay healthy? We can make changes to reduce our risk of disease by becoming conscious of what we put into our body, as well as engaging in moderate exercise. A proper diet will help support the cells within the body to function how they're supposed to. If we are eating a normal diet, we will be able to properly distribute dietary fats into and out of our cells. LDLs carry dietary fats into the cell, and HDLs carry the impurities out of the cell. Diets that are high in unsaturated fats that contain HDLs will help the cell lower cholesterol levels within the blood. Some foods that can help our bodies include those that are nutrient dense, such as high quality lean protein, chicken, eggs, and beans, whole grains, dark leafy greens, cabbage, onions, carrots, tomatoes, berries, and fruits such as peaches, plums, cherries, or nectarines. It is also important to incorporate low-fat milk, yogurt, and plant-based olive oil. The cells will be able to work better within the body, and the lab values that are taken will reflect this change, showing a higher HDL to LDL ratio. We need to educate our patients about the importance in limiting the intake of foods that are high in saturated fat and trans fat. These fats increase our LDL levels within the body. High LDLs raise our bad cholesterol and ultimately make our cells unable to function properly. The outcome of a high cholesterol diet will lead to abdominal obesity, hypertension, and type 2 diabetes. As providers, we should educate our clients about the different foods that contain these fats. This chart breaks them down into the good, the bad, and the ugly. The chart also lists effects that they have on the body. The good fats are labeled as mono and polyunsaturated fats. They can help to lower the bad cholesterol levels within the blood, which in turn helps to lower the risk of heart disease and stroke. The good fats also help to support the body and can be found in healthy plant-based oils, avocados, nuts, and seeds like flax seeds, sunflower seeds, and walnuts, as well as fish such as tuna, salmon, and trout. It is important to eat the good foods more often than the bad. The foods that are labeled as bad are those that have high saturated fat content, which raise our bad cholesterol levels within the blood and lower the good cholesterol levels. A high intake of saturated fat can lead to an increased risk of heart disease and stroke. When purchasing food, look for lean beef, pork, and chicken, which will lower the intake of saturated fat. It is also important to limit intake of cheese, butter, and oil, such as coconut oil, palm oil, and kernel oil, so it's best to eat these in moderation, or switch to a healthier option. Lastly is the ugly fats, which contain hydrogenated oil and trans fats. These can work just like saturated fats, raising the LDL levels and lowering HDL. Increasing risk for heart attack and stroke, as well as type 2 diabetes, are found in baked goods, fried foods, and margarine. Providers should educate their patients about making healthier choices. Patients need to know the importance of choosing good fats, otherwise known as unsaturated fats, versus bad fats, otherwise known as saturated and trans fats. Also, teach the importance of consuming natural sugars versus added sugars. Foods that have natural sugars will be able to be broken down better within our bodies. Be sure to teach that moderation is key and provide resources for the client to use at home.
The Nutrition and Weight Status Objectives for Healthy People 2020 reflect strong science supporting the benefits of eating a nutritious diet and maintaining a healthy body weight. The objectives also emphasize that efforts to change diet and weight should address individual behaviors, as well as the policies and environments that support these behaviors in settings such as schools, work sites, healthcare organizations, and communities. The goal of promoting healthful diets and healthy weight encompasses increasing household food security and eliminating hunger. Healthy eating is a concept that is talked about often, but a concept that many people do not understand fully as to what exactly healthy eating entails. Physicians, nurses, parents, and teachers are among the professionals who are responsible for teaching healthy eating habits to those who need to change their ways. There is more than one way to eat healthy, and everyone has their own eating style. Encouraging people to make healthier choices that reflect their preferences, culture, traditions, and budget can help when establishing nutritious eating habits. You want to choose fruits, vegetables, grains, dairy, and protein-rich foods, to get the most nutrition and meet your daily calorie requirements. Aim for a variety of foods and beverages from each food group and limit saturated fat, sodium, and added sugars. It is important to remember that everything you eat and drink matters, so try to focus on variety, amount, and nutrition. Start by making small changes to create an eating style that can improve your health now and in the future. Think of each change as a win as you build positive habits and find solutions that reflect your healthy eating style. Eating right is important to staying at a healthy weight and keeping an energy balance, which is the balance between the calories you consume in what you eat and drink and calories you burn when moving. Strive to take the same amount of energy in, or calories consumed, as the energy going out, which are the calories that you burn. Doing so will help you maintain your weight. However, if you want to lose weight, you need to burn off more energy than you consume, because more out than in over time equals weight loss. The best way to make sure you have energy balance you need is to make better choices before you sit down to eat. Make sure to choose foods that are lower in fat and have fewer calories. What are some ways that you can make healthier food choices? Oftentimes, by inviting family members to participate in meal planning, showing examples of serving sizes, and leading by example can all be effective ways to eating healthy. You could also try partnering with someone who can help you stay accountable, either a friend, a family member, or coworker. Track daily food intake by either writing it down or by using a mobile app, which can also calculate total calories consumed and burned through physical activity. You can try bringing your own meals and snacks to work daily. Here are 5 other steps to help you choose more nutritious options. Step 1. Explain the basics about different types of foods and why some are considered healthy and others are not. For example, saturated fats can have negative effects on your arteries through plaque buildup, which leads to high cholesterol and an increased risk of heart disease. Consuming fats and sweets can increase health risks when eaten in large quantities, and they also offer no nutritional value. Step 2. Use everyday household items to visualize what a proper serving size looks like. An example of this would be a deck of playing cards, which equals to 3 ounces of meat or fish. Pasta or rice should fit into a cupcake or muffin liner paper. 1 serving of produce is about the size of a tennis ball, and a 1-ounce serving of cheese equals 4 normal-sized dice, like you'd use in a board game. Step 3. Teach healthy eating by example. If you are trying to educate your family about ways to change their diet for the better, start eating whole grains, fresh fruits, vegetables, and lean proteins instead of relying on processed foods, fatty cuts of meat, and foods high in fat. Step 4. Eat meals more slowly and pay attention to your body's signals to know when you are full. Most people tend to eat more when they eat quickly. Slowing down a meal can help keep servings at appropriate sizes and gives you time for your stomach to let your brain know you have had enough. Also, eating while distracted, like watching TV or using the computer, can lead to overeating by not paying attention to how much you have consumed, especially if eating from the bag or container. Step 5. Try something new. Many people find accepting a new way of eating difficult if they feel they do not have choices. Instead of eating snacks like you used to, try a healthier version of it. One example is air-popped popcorn. It is a good source of fiber, but also does not contain the fat of buttered, movie theater-style popcorn. Reduced fat whole grain crackers can satisfy the salty snack eater, yet are healthier than crackers made with refined white flour or potato chips fried in vegetable oils. Try different fruits and vegetables in smoothies or juices for another way to get your daily requirements in a tasty, healthy way. It is also helpful for a healthy lifestyle to try and incorporate the following into your food choices. Balance your calories. Take time to enjoy your food, but eat less or stop when you feel you're full. Avoid oversized portions by using a smaller bowl, plate, or glass. And drink water instead of sugary drinks. My Plate is a great resource to use when building your healthy lifestyle plan while offering ideas and tips to help you create a healthier eating style that meets your individual needs. The My Plate food guide identifies daily meal proportions for the fruit, vegetable, grain, protein, and dairy food groups. It is an easy to understand illustration divided into 4 sections for those food groups, which is designed to help build a healthy plate at mealtimes. The fruit and vegetable portions make up half of the plate to emphasize the recommendation to include fruits and vegetables as half of every meal. MyPlate.gov also offers a health tracking plan that acts as a daily journal for all of your foods, nutrition requirements, calories, and activity to keep you on track. Super Tracker allows you to search for and add foods to your personal account in order to view how your daily choices stack up to your food group targets and daily limits. You also have access to the Foodopedia to look up nutrition info for foods and compare them side by side. You can create lists of your favorite foods and activities and build combos. There's also an option to use My Reports, which helps you determine how you're meeting goals and view your trends over time, and My Features, where you can set personal goals that you want to achieve. You can sign up for tips and support as you work towards your goals, enter your weight, and track weight loss progress over time. Some of the tips that My Plate offers on building healthy eating style include: focus on making healthy food and beverage choices from all 5 food groups to get the nutrients you need. Eat the right amount of calories for you based on your age, sex, height, weight, and physical activity level. Building a healthier eating style can help you avoid overweight and obesity and reduce your risk of disease such as heart disease, diabetes, and cancer. Use nutrition facts labels and ingredient lists to find amounts of saturated fat, sodium, and added sugars in the foods and beverages you choose. Eating fewer calories from foods high in saturated fat and added sugars can help you manage your calories and prevent overweight and obesity. Eating foods with less sodium can reduce your risk of high blood pressure. Try to start with a few of these small changes, such as making half of your plate fruits and vegetables, focus on whole fruits, and eat a variety or rainbow of veggies. Make half of your grains whole grains, and move to a low-fat and fat-free dairy. Why is a nutrition label important to look at? There is a lot of information you can gain just by reading the nutrition label, such as serving size, calories, fats, sodium, sugar, fiber, and nutrients, as well as ingredients. You want to read it before you eat it to determine which foods are healthy choices. Once you know how to use the nutrition facts label, be sure to read them as you shop. Look at the serving size and servings per container of the foods you might buy. Compare the total calories in similar products and choose the lowest calorie items. Check servings and calories. Look at the serving size and how many servings the package contains. If you eat 1 serving, the label clearly outlines the nutrients you get. If you eat 2 servings, you double the calories and nutrients, including the % daily value. The daily value is how much of a specific nutrient you need to eat in a day. % daily value tells you how much of a nutrient is in 1 serving of food compared to the amount you need each day. Always try to make your calories count. Look at the calories on the label and note where the calories are coming from: fat, protein, or carbohydrates. Compare them with nutrients like vitamins and minerals to decide whether the food is a healthy choice. Pay close attention to the sugar content. Sugars add calories with few, if any, nutrients. Look for foods and beverages low in added sugars. Read the ingredient list and make sure that added sugars are not on one of the first few ingredients. Some names for added sugars include sucrose, glucose, high fructose corn syrup, maple syrup, and fructose. Look for foods low in saturated fats, trans fats, and cholesterol to help reduce the risk of heart disease. 5% daily value or less is low. 20% daily value or more is high. Keep total fat intake between 20% to 35% of calories. Reduce sodium and increase potassium. Research shows that eating less than 2,300 milligrams of sodium, about 1 teaspoon of salt, per day might reduce the risk of high blood pressure. Most of the sodium people eat comes from processed foods, not from the salt shaker. Also, look for foods high in potassium like tomatoes, bananas, potatoes, and orange juice, which cancels out some of the sodium's effects on blood pressure. Buying healthy foods is easier when you know what types of food to shop for in the store. Take a shopping list with you of all the healthy food choices you need in order to stay on track. Going to the store to browse always ends up with extra junk food in your cart that you don't need. Don't go to the store on an empty stomach. We tend to purchase anything that looks appealing when we are hungry and forget to keep it healthy. Shop smart at the grocery store by reading the nutrition facts label on packaged foods and choose healthy, unprocessed foods more often. Learning to cook smart at home can reduce your intake of fats, calories, sodium, and preservatives, which are usually found in processed or prepared foods from the grocery store. You can find thousands of websites with healthy recipes and creative ways to add veggies or substitute ingredients to make the recipe healthier for you. Make sure to eat your meal slowly and pay attention to portion size. Some tips on making a few healthy changes in the kitchen include: instead of frying, try baking, broiling, boiling, or steaming. Choose fat-free or low-fat milk products, salad dressings, and mayonnaise. Add salsa on a baked potato instead of butter or sour cream. Serve fruit instead of cookies or ice cream for dessert. Eat fruits canned in their own juice rather than heavy syrup. Reduce sugar in recipes by 1/4 to 1/3. If a recipe says 1 cup, use 2/3. You can also substitute applesauce or other natural sweeteners like honey, stevia, or raw brown sugar. To enhance the flavor when sugar is reduced, add vanilla, cinnamon, or nutmeg. When treating yourself to a night out for dinner in a restaurant, keep in mind that in many cases, the amount of food that appears on your plate has nearly doubled over the past 20 years. By eating smaller portions, taking home leftover for lunch the next day, you can reduce your calorie intake and stick to your healthy eating plan without feeling guilty. Try to find items on the menu that are lower in fat and added sugar, and you can always ask for healthier options if you don't see them on the menu. Everyone needs small snacks throughout the day to keep our energy up. There are many ways to snack healthy and nutritiously too. Here are some tips for some quick and easy snacks, especially on the go. Toss sliced apples, berries, bananas, or whole grain cereal on top of fat-free or low-fat yogurt. Place a slice of fat-free or low-fat cheese on top of whole grain crackers. Make a whole wheat pita pocket with hummus, lettuce, tomato, and cucumber. Pop some fat-free or low-fat popcorn. Microwave or toast a soft whole grain tortilla with fat-free or low-fat cheese and add sliced peppers and mushrooms to make a mini burrito or quesadilla. And drink fat-free or low-fat chocolate milk, blend it with banana or strawberries, and some ice for a smoothie. Regular exercise and the consumption of a healthy diet can lead to many benefits, including increased energy, happiness, health, and a long life. Exercise and diet are pivotal to determine a person's overall health, and making them both part of your lifestyle can have a dramatic difference in how you look and feel. A combination of working out and eating healthy foods can boost your energy level and help you feel more alert and aware, both mentally and physically. Healthy foods give your body the nutrients and vitamins it needs as energy to function at its best, and exercise helps keep your body in shape.
Being active and exercising regularly is a very important component to a healthy weight and lifestyle. Like a well-balanced diet, exercise also prevents diseases like high blood pressure and diabetes. 30 minutes, 5 days a week is an ideal exercise goal for adults. Sneaking exercise into your day is also an important factor. Many people find barriers preventing them of daily exercise, but most of these barriers do have a solution. The only person that can motivate you is yourself. How many hours do you sit per day? From being at work, being at school, driving or commuting, and watching TV. The average American spends 7.7 hours per day in sedentary lifestyles such as sitting. This includes transportation, at work, and home activities. Sedentary lifestyles also cause musculoskeletal disorders in older adults. A study was conducted by Lagos University with 182 participants, 82 being males and 100 being females. Their ages ranged from 60 to 80 years old. Activities that involved sedentary activities include watching TV, laying down, sleeping, and working. Their heights and weights were measured. Each of them completed a 38-item questionnaire adapted from previous studies that related to this present study. The study resulted in the 4 most common body parts affected by musculoskeletal pain. These body parts included knees at 31.9%, lower back at 25.3%, ankles at 22%, and upper back at 20.9%. 7.1% of the respondents could not perform their daily activities in 2 days as a result of pain. The prevalence of many musculoskeletal conditions have been reported to increase with age, and many are affected by lifestyle factors such as obesity and lack of physical activity. How can you incorporate exercise into your day? At work, instead of using elevators or escalators, use the option of stairs. This will sneak exercise into your day. When you come into your work building, go to the cafeteria for lunch, or use the restroom. This could incorporate climbing the steps 4 more times a day than you usually would. If you live within a few miles from work, a great way to save money and incorporate exercise into your day is by walking or riding your bike instead of driving a car. When going shopping, park further away. Walking the extra difference will burn more energy. There are many benefits related to incorporating exercise into your day. Some include relieving stress, boosting mood, boosting confidence, improving your sleep quality, reducing body fat, increase in lifespan, reduce of risks of diseases, making your bones and muscles stronger, making you feel full of energy throughout the day, building strength and endurance, and providing a way to connect with family and friends. Two hours and 30 minutes of moderate intensity aerobic exercise, like brisk walking, and muscle strength exercise twice a week is recommended for adults. Start slowly and gradually. Cardiac events such as heart attack are rare, but may occur if you exercise more suddenly than usual. If you have a chronic health condition like arthritis, diabetes, or heart disease, talk with your doctor first before exercising to plan any limitations needed for your condition. Aerobic activity should make up 60 or more minutes of physical activity each day for a child. This can include either moderate intensity aerobic activity, such as brisk walking, or vigorous intensity activity, such as running. Children should also incorporate muscle strengthening activities, such as gymnastics or push-ups into their daily exercise. A 30-minute workout is just 2% of your day. There are no excuses. Some common barriers to exercise people face include: do not have enough time to exercise, find it inconvenient to exercise, lack self-motivation, do not find exercise enjoyable, find exercise boring, lack confidence in their ability to be physically active, fear of being injured, lack self-management skills such as the ability to set personal goals, monitor progress, or reward progress towards such goals, lack encouragement, support, or companionship from family and friends, and do not have resources such as parks, sidewalks, bicycle trails, or gym memberships. With every barrier, there can be a solution identified. The most common barrier people face is lack of time. People have busy lives involving work, school, and families, limiting time for exercise. By identifying time slots in your day, you can squeeze in at least 3 30-minute time slots per week. Like described earlier, add physical activity to your daily routine. Ride your bike to work, organize activities around physical activity, walk your dog, exercise while you watch TV, or park further away from a store. Lack of motivation also prevents people from beginning physical activity. Inviting friends or family to engage in physical activity can help motivate each other to healthier lives. Another motivational concept is joining a group or class of your interests to become your own hobby of exercise.
Thank you for your attention during our presentation.